This is a company that was started really in the 1950s by my grandfather. He was in a, to use a term, he was in the schmata business, and he one day was looking to purchase a factory in Waltham, and when the bank wouldn't give him a loan until he found other tenants for the building, he went to 3 of his buddies and they rented the second, third, and fourth floors, and he went back to the bank and they decided that they were going to give him a loan that was even more than the purchase price, and at that point he went from being in the schmata business to the real estate business, and that's what got us started. My grandfather really started it in the 50s. My father sort of created an institutional platform, and we became a development company, a services company, and then when I joined in the mid-90s, I tried to expand our footprint. So that's who and what we are. I love the fact that I get to dive into this with my father, who's still involved and still sort of present. I will tell you though that the idea of a family business, it looks so wonderful on paper, and then in the actual reality of relationships and sort of evolving relationships, it has this sort of underlying challenge to it. But at the end of the day, I know that my partners are completely aligned with me, and I know that our interests are sort of in lockstep, so that's always a plus. I love what I do. Our foundation, our roots are sort of really in the retail space. We're involved in the office market as well, and for the last 10 or 12 years we've been sort of busily developing a hospitality portfolio. So I think those 3 food groups are kind of interesting, because if you sort of think about it, each one of them has a disruptor that's sort of at play. The retail business, it's obviously Amazon and sort of the online world. In the office world, if you just look at what's happening with WeWork, and you sort of think about how that dynamic is changing sort of the face of how we office, how we think about officing. And in the hospitality space, the whole notion of Airbnb and authenticity and local and don't visit a place and you should live there, you shouldn't visit, that whole notion of being a real resident. I think that all 3 of the spaces that we play in are really in some form of upheaval right now. And it makes going to work fun and challenging, but we're constantly right now trying to figure out how to evolve our property.